start with everybody introduce yourself, a brief introduction about where you're from and one thing that you are really want to share with everybody, and then your objective for being here. And I would like to ask Rayon to ask who to start talking first, so then we're not rushing to. So please, Rayon.
Okay. Hi. 제가 왜 부탁드린 인트로덕션 있잖아요. 그거 할 시간이에요. I will start about myself. Well, past 2 years, I've been doing teaching and doing the research. Mostly two things about the Tai Chi research. My first part was about the relationship between those Tai Chi practitioners and their cognition. So we are looking at the balance and the cognition for Tai Chi practitioners. That was interesting. The second part is the metabolic syndrome. So I'm teaching Tai Chi to those people with diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, like that. So those the metabolic syndrome patients. We are doing the intervention study, but because of this corona, it's not going well. It's very slow, but it's still going on. So that's what I've been doing. And the objective of this, the workshop, update workshop, would be to, of course, the maintaining my MT, the certificate, because I will keep like doing the instructor workshop and like to teach the Tai Chi for Health program to nurses or the health professionals. So that's it.
Thank you. So, could you allocate us whoever to start next?
Well, we can start to the Sang-myung and Curti and Jennifer, and then while other to think about it, and then later on we can say it and I can translate. Or do you prefer to shorten the time while they are talking? I can put it in the chatting.
No, I think it's good. What you say is good.
Okay.
We just do it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sang-myung. During the last 2 years, I didn't do any a lot of things because the COVID condition. So I think I'm just a little bit So the objective of the workshop, this workshop, is to remind me something about Tai Chi, and maybe this workshop will be another opportunity to see the things about Tai Chi and my patients. Thank you.
Can I start? Yeah. I am Kirti. I am from Sri Lanka. Anyway, I met almost all of you there when I came to Korea last time for my certification. Actually, I had some. The last 2 years has been very interesting to me in many ways. I went to India and conduct 5 days workshops and on Tai Chi for arthritis and 1 and 2, and then also some kind of a workshop that where just people came in on those 3 days, and I used seated Tai Chi and trained them. So it was a very interesting experience. And then later I also had some opportunities in the university to conduct, it's not an instructor training workshop, but training physiotherapy students in the final year in our university. About 40 of them, I managed to train them on Tai Chi for arthritis, and then had some interesting connection with them. I also got some opportunities within the university to teach Tai Chi for the dancing group. And it was very interesting because dancing group was interested in movement therapy for people with certain disabilities and psychological problems. So I could actually very nicely connect the safety and effective teaching, which then I could combine together. I also had the opportunity to teach the physical education postgraduate, that's the master's degree they do. They also introduced Tai Chi for the first time, probably first time in the country, in the university system. Right? So I think I have gone in different directions using Tai Chi for health and kind of coming into the bringing people into the system. But my most interesting experience was that to deal with a person who had depression and Alzheimer's. And I was trying to teach him Tai Chi for memory, but I had enormous amount of challenges in making him move. But it was a very good experience, and now he is recovering little by little, and probably that was the best experience I had in all the teaching Tai Chi, because it showed me Tai Chi. If you know Tai Chi for memory, you just can't go and teach it. Right? You have to face a lot of challenges, and you need a lot of insight to how to deal with them. And I think last time also when I came there, the group, even the Korean group, had a lot of experience and discussion on this, so that helped me in some way. So this time, I look forward for my 2 years. I'm going to retire in the end of this year, right? So I'm thinking whether I could do more work on Tai Chi for health, at least for the next 2 years to come. Okay, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jennifer from Singapore. Tai Chi for Health is a journey in Singapore. So we actually started in 2008 when Dr. Paul came here for his first workshop. Then I joined him in 2009. So it's a journey of 11 years. So we started with very small group, and now this journey I reach out teaching from one class to over 20 classes a week. And after every year I come, every 2 years we come for the updates. So it's to sort of get to know what are the new things for this update. You get to improve yourself. And also now I focus more to reaching out to more senior. So actually a lot of senior are joining all my classes. So in order to help them to exercise as they age gracefully. And also the other group is working with the society for people with physical disability, like the Parkinson Society, Stroke Center. So it is trying to work our way up to reaching out to more people here. So coming to this workshop, I think is to miss all my friends in Korea, and I like to just join the update and meet all the old friends again. Thank you.
Great.
이순현 선생님 영어로 됩니까?
저요. 한번. Hi, my name is Seungyeon Lee. I'm from Korea. I'm master trainer, and I retired last year. However, I'm only teaching as a emeritus professor. Emeritus, you understand? Emeritus,
Yes.
honorous,
Yes.
honorous professor. After receiving a request from the school to continuous teaching, only teaching. I have a lot of time. I can have a lot of time to practice Tai Chi. We have been greatly affected by coronavirus, and as our lifestyle is changed a lot. As a Tai Chi MT, I never had opportunity to teach, but I have had two experience with Tai Chi. One is student and I are masked to Tai Chi face to face in Dongso University in January 2021. The other is I introduced the Tai Chi online at the Korean Nurses Association complementary alternative therapy. Our objective for update this program is TCAFP qualification period is 2 years. So I intended to renew. That's all.
Good, nice.
네, 김혜동 선생님.
인간전 건강학회 강사인데요. 2019년도에 퇴근한 다음에
조금만 크게 안 들려요.
안 들려요? 강사 교육을 2019년도에 7월 달에 한번 했는데
네.
할 때 그 대상자들이 교수님들이 많았어요. 간호학과. 그래서 연구 목적으로 하기로 해서 12월 달에 아주대병원에 근무하시는 간호사 선생님인데 박사과정을 하기 위해서 타이치 21동작을 부탁을 했는데 두 팀으로 나눠서 1시간씩. 근데 1시간을 다 하는 것이 아니라 20분 정도는 그 이론 먼저 강의하시고 나머지 40분을 저에게 맡겨줘서 했는데 하다 보니까 시간이 너무 이제 적어가지고 21동작까지 하기는 조금 힘들었는데 나머지 시간을 제가 좀 더 배려를 해서 아니면 좀 더 일찍 가서 그분들을 하고자 하는 사람들을 좀 더 해줬어요. 근데 그분들이 그 류마티스 환자들이어서 굉장히 배우고자 하는 욕구는 컸었는데 시간이 좀 부족했다는 것이 좀 그렇고요. 1월 22일 날 끝났는데 마침 코로나 때문에 그때부터 이제 모임이 금지됐는데 자조그룹을 형성을 했다가 그냥 다 무산돼 버렸어요. 그래서 이제 그런 것이 좀 섭섭했었고요. 또 하나는 그 조금 전에 11월 달에 용인 처인구에서 보건소에서 독거노인을 대상으로 혼자 사는 분들을 위해서 이제 8번을 요구를 했는데 양쪽 운수만 겨우 끝냈는데 나이대가 좀 많아서 70대에서 80대 사이였거든요. 그래서 그것도 일주일에 한 번씩만 해서 너무 이제 그 시간이 안타깝고 연세가 너무 많은 분들이고 그래서 그게 좀 안타까웠던 생각이 납니다. 네. 그리고 이제 앞으로도 코로나 이후를 기대하면서 또 활동할 수 있는 이제 자격을 할 수 있도록 제가 업데이트하겠습니다.
That's good. Yeah. Hedong Kim has 2 workshops. One instructor's workshop. At the time, she has a lot of professors, nursing professors and graduate students there. And she has the patients workshop, the class, Tai Chi class. The first one was the rheumatoid arthritis patients at the university hospital. And she, after the program, it was a bit short for her, but after the program, she formed the support group for the group patients so that they can work together after the completion of the program. But right there, it was Corona, so the support group was not working properly after that. The second patient's workshop was, it's not patient, it's for older people at the who for the older people who live alone in the community. And mostly they are between 70s and 80s of age. It was the weekly program for 8 weeks. So she was able to teach them only for the basic movement for TCA. but it was she felt it was a bit short for them, but she had a good experience with it. From now on, her purpose is to wait until the corona is gone, and then she's gonna resume her Tai Chi class. 최성희 선생님.
I'm Song Che. I live in Seoul, Korea. For the past 2 years, there have been no Tai Chi classes and elective practice exercise for myself. The purpose of this update is to increase my Tai Chi proficiency and to obtain better teaching skills. I hope it will be a useful time. Thank you.
Thank you. Good.
권현민 선생님, 영어로 됩니까? 안 돼. 마이크.
저희는 저희 센터에서는 일단 코로나 때문에 그 워크숍 진행을 못했어요. TCA 관련돼서 워크숍 진행을 못했고 지금 올해 내년 다시 워크숍을 좀 열어서 TCA나 TCD도 저는 아직 한 번도 워크숍을 한 적은 없거든요. 그래서 강사를 좀 양성하고 그런 것들을 도와드리고 싶고요. 그리고 저희 뭐 대한우슈협회나 서울시 우슈협회랑 관련돼서 지금 일을 하고 있어요. 그래서 그 기관들이랑 이 건강 타이치 프로그램이랑 이렇게 좀 연계를 해가지고 일을 해보면 좋겠다 생각을 하고 있습니다. 내년이나요? 상황이 좀 좋아지면요. 네.
As you know, the Hyunmin is working at Balgumbi Center, and the Balgumbi Center is strictly under control of the government social distancing policy. So when they say closed, then they have to close. So she couldn't do any Tai Chi workshop, instructors workshop for past 2 years, but she's waiting for the things under control now. And then one of her plan is to work with the Korean Wushu Association, and then they are gonna work together for the Tai Chi for Health program. Thank you. 누구 안 했지? 됐죠? 그러면 이제 우리 수연쌤 그 열어놓은 김에 그다음 수연쌤 해주세요.
저도 뭐 기존에 하고 있는 수업도 코로나 때문에 거의 중단돼 가지고 수업을 지금 못 하고 있는 상태고요.
어떤 거 하셨었어요?
네, 어떤 거? 네. TCA는 아니고요. 일반 저희 이제 발금비에서 하는 뭐 양가 16시 네. 하고 기공 체조 같은 거 포함해서 이렇게 진행을 했었고요. 지금 거의 좀 중단된 상태여서 아무것도 한 게 없습니다. 이제 회원분들께서 하시는 중에 그래도 몰랐었는데 지금 쉬고 있다 보니까 뭐 여기저기 무릎도 아프고 허리도 아프고 그래서 빨리 이제 수업을 재개했으면 하는 그런 전화를 종종 받고 있습니다. 네, 이상입니다.
Yeah. Suyeon is working at the Balgumbi Center too. That's one of the biggest Tai Chi center in Korea. She's been teaching the Yang style and Qigong at TC Tai Chi classes, but she almost stopped her teaching classes during past 2 years. But she keep getting phone calls from the participants when she's gonna start Tai Chi for Health program because they feel all the pains on their arthritis, something like that. So she's waiting for the moment that she can reopen her classes. Thank you. 혜련 쌤.
네.
English, please.
아니에요. 한국말로 할 건데요. 감사합니다, 교수님. 첫 번째 소속은요, 박인선 운동센터에서 있고, 2년 동안에 저희는 파킨슨 환자분들 운동을 아주 코로나 단계 때문에 문을 닫아야 돼, 공식적으로 닫아야 될 때는 문을 닫았는데 계속 나오신 분들은 나오셨고, 관절염 태극권, 그다음 양가 24시, 그리고 73시 이렇게 진행은 하고 있었고요. 그리고 지금은 이제 아침에 그 7시부터 8시까지 이제 줌으로 환자분들하고 운동을 하는데 이제 그 태극권이 좀 어려운 부분은 사라지더라고요. 이렇게 그 배경이 이제 폭이 좁다 보니까 그래서 조금 어려운 부분이 좀 있는 것 같아서 좀 그런 건 있지만 그래도 하시려고 하는 의지가 좋으셔서 지금 하고 있습니다. 업데이트하는 이유는 아무래도 환자분들 위주에 맞춰서 수업을 진행하다 보면 기본적인 태극권의 라든지 이런 부분이 조금 이제 잊어버리게 돼서 다시 이제 업데이트 할 때는 다시 그런 기본적인 원칙을 배울 수 있는 시간이 될 수 있을 것 같아서 그리고 해야 되니까 네 합니다. 이상입니다.
Herian is working at the, what is the name? Parkinson Center? Anyway, she's working at the center in Busan, and each center, so she's also influenced by the government social distancing act. So she has been teaching on and off the TCA, Yang style, and the Sun style. Finally, these days, she decided to open her class in the morning, 7 to 8 a.m. at the Zoom. So she's been teaching online with the patients. It's working, but sometimes she feels difficulty because whenever they doing a lot of movement, then they are like disappear from the screen. So it's hard to follow, but still I think she's the first person who are doing the Zoom the online lesson in Korea, so that's good. She's been waiting for the things to go down, and then the purpose of the update is she's gonna resume her class and then renew her detailed principles of TCA program so that she can teach, and it's obligatory. Okay, thank you. And
안녕하세요. 저는 2년 동안 한 게 없는데요. 가끔 그러니까 송나연 교수님 도와서 대사질환 환자들한테 하는 16식, 양 16식 가끔 와서 도와줬고요. 그리고 TCM을 지역사회 요양보호사를 대상으로 해서 하는 특강을 2차례 했습니다. 그리고 지금 현재는 매주 토요일 날 센터에 나와서 연습, 타이치 연습하는 게 다입니다. 이상입니다.
Okay, Inok is working with me, so she helped me for our metabolic syndrome participants Tai Chi class, and we've been teaching Yang style, and also she was invited to teach TCA program to those TCM Tai Chi for Memory program to those people the formal caregivers for elderly. And we've been, during the past 2 years, because we don't have much classes, we've been gathering it in this center every Saturday to practice TCA, TCD, Sun style, Yang style 24, Chen style 36. So I think so far we were like, we didn't do much Tai Chi classes, but at least we did training ourselves with like Sung-Yeon said, we had a lot of time for that. So that was, at least that was good part. Okay,
컴팩트 대전.
Hi everyone. I'm Soon, and I'm working in hospital for alcoholism. Yeah, and I didn't do Tai Chi for last 2 years. The last workshop I participated in was 2020 January. So and I recently I participated this Brian Song's Tai Chi Center in Saturday. So I I started Tai Chi again, and I'm really interested in Yang style these days. Yeah. And the purpose to participate in this program is I want to live Tai Chi life again and to know the depth in Tai Chi principles. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Lim, thank you.
Thank you, Rayon. Let's practice. Let's go to start practicing. I will myself. Okay, you should see me in the bigger screen. And we're going to start with our warming up first. Let's walk around and smiling to everybody. Push your chin back gently, and again against gentle resistance, and slowly bend your neck. Chin back, moving against resistance, and slowly bend your neck. And one more time. If anybody needs translation, please. Rayon, is that okay? Do you think people need translation?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you, and I can see the whole picture of you. So it's good.
Okay. Do you think some people need translation, or I just carry on?
Oh.
Well, how about you stop me whenever you think that need to be translated?
Okay, just go ahead. That's
okay.
We don't need translation for the practice part. I think we are quite familiar with that. So go ahead.
Okay. Right. So next, I'll do mirror image to you, and turn with your dantian. And came back. Then each time, turn just a little bit more. And the third time, one each side. Now we're doing the shoulder. Roll forward once, twice, 3 times. Roll back once, twice, 3 times. Breathing in, gathering chi. Push it down, breathing out. Then stretching the spine. Feel the stretch. And the last stretch of this. Bend your knees, turn the dantian. Last turn. Hip. Change. One more side. And the knees. If you're comfortable, it's okay. Stretch further. Second knee exercise. One more each side. Change side. image in now just touching. Okay, everybody. Tai Chi for arthritis. And Song Hee, would you like to do practice? I'm going to watch you. I'm going to watch you.
성희 선생님 지금 TCA 우리 전체 다 같이 할 거거든요. 그래서 저기 그 닥터램이 볼 수 있게 뒤로 조금 가셔야 될 것 같아요. 네, 그 컴퓨터를 스크린을 조금 이렇게 숙여놓고 멀리 가시면 보여요. 지금 저기 제니퍼나 천산면 선생님, 커티 이렇게 보이는 것처럼 전체 다 보여야 돼. 조금 뒤로 가셔야 돼요. 그래서 뒤로 많이 뒤로 가셔야 될 것 같은데. 네.
That's better. Okay, everybody. Tai Chi for arthritis enforced prevention in part 2 commence. Yeah, keep going. I can see there are some differences in the features, and quite a few of you have nice Tai Chi feelings. It's moving as though you're moving against gentle resistance, like moving in water. That was good. And mostly the Tai Chi movements are really accurate. There's just a few points I like you to just be mindful of. One is sometimes, especially when you go forward. Yeah, when you go forward, some of you go forward just a little bit, leaning forward. So you want to make sure your body's, and then you feel there's a gentle resistance. The body needs to be upright, then your energy is stronger. So let's do this bit together from
Hold one second. Sorry, Dr. Lam. 저기 지금 닥터 램 따라서 다시 하실 건데요. 두 가지만 그 신경을 쓰면서 한번 해보자 그랬어요. 하나는 그 진보 발란추 할 때 자세 앞으로 흐트러지지 않고 똑바로 하는 거랑, 두 번째는 약간의 저항을 느끼면서 왜 진보 발란추 미는 거 있잖아요. 그거 두 개 신경 쓰면서 같이 따라하세요. Okay, thank you.
So we're going to do, after open close, we're going to do this movement in being mindful of body upright. Open, close. Just think of your body so body upright, also your head, not this, but keep your head upright as well. So please show me from here back to here. Okay. Open, close, Rashni. Good. And you know, I can see that very nice feeling. When you're more mindful, it looks much more energized. The next is leisure time core. Some of your hands are here. It needs to be at the elbow. So the elbow, and then coming down, and feel the energy as you push forward. The energy is here as you push forward. Do we need translation?
just make sure. 지금 람찰의 동작이거든요. 근데 람찰의 동작에서 이렇게 손 하나 딱 하고 나서 지금 닥터램처럼 그 왼쪽 손이 거의 이 관절까지 와 있어야 되거든요. 근데 너무 그 손목 가까이 가 있는 분들이 있나 봐요. 그래서 그거 좀 신경 쓰랍니다.
Okay, so we're going to do from here. And then to do the whole event six, we'll do it together. And we'll finish at open close. So from here, open, close. Reaching out to the elbow, feel the energy coming back. And then the same, reaching out to the elbow, feel the energy coming back up. And then we're going to stop after open, close. So please do this from what we did just now, and now watch. Open, close, Ashley. Keep going. That's good. Any questions? Anybody like to ask any questions? Unmute, leave your hand up if you have any questions. Okay, if you don't have any questions, we'll go to your group, the breakout room. I will click open the breakout room, and then you choose to join room 1 or 2. Raymond, can you just reiterate who's in room 1, who's in room 2?
Yes. 그 그룹에 대한 거 다 아시죠? And Jennifer, Kathy, you can choose my name on the group under my name. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All the rooms are open. Go ahead and choose which one to join.
Did you open? I don't see.
It's open. Is it?
See any room? It's not linked.
Oh, not
I
yet.
might.
The room is not open.
Rooms are not open.
오케이. 그 밑에 소회의실하고 돼 있는 거 보여요? 보이세요? 소회의실. 그거를 누르면
안
네,
떠요.
그거를 누르면 룸 1하고 룸 2가 있는데 천상명 교수님 룸 1으로 가시죠?
네.
네. 오케이. 그 저희 룸 1이 천상명 교수님, 김혜동 선생님,
The name of the
박성희
rooms are not
선생님.
shown on the screen. I cannot go in.
Okay. Jennifer, you choose
Jennifer
the room
already
2.
put it.
Ah,
You're there. I put it there already.
Oh, okay.
Kathy, you choose room 2.
Yeah, I already did that. There's just 3 hasn't been assigned. Sure, are you in? Can you? Are you in?
그룹 1, please. 그룹 1, please.
Group 1.
Group
Okay.
1. Yeah.
Okay, I was put into group 1. Yep. And Su Hyang, would you be room 2?
room 2.
And okay, I think that's probably right. You just have to click join in. Songhee, click join. Okay.
하는 거니까 네, 같이 해보죠. TCA
네.
전체로 우선 같이 해보고 제가 뭐 사실은 개개 동작이 안 보여가지고 카메라를 벗어나는 일도 많고 근데 아까 이제 폴이 했던 두 가지가 이제 특히나 이 진보 발란초 할 때 몸이 앞으로 기울어지지 않는 거 그다음에 람장미 할 때 팔을 너무 이렇게 이제 팔꿈치로 가져가자는 거 그다음에 끌어당겨서 이제 충분히 올려서 앞으로 정확하게 내밀어 주자는 거 그런 느낌 그거 살려서 같이 한번 해볼까요?
네.
전체를
Just
네.
1 minute. Samuel, have
Yeah.
we got the right people?
Yeah, you are right. We are all
Okay.
the group. Yeah, we are
Okay.
6. Yeah, indeed.
Fantastic. So you go ahead and practice. I'll come back
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Thank you. See you.
Okay.
자,
Sure.
시작할까요?
Right. Oh. Hi. Dr. M, your voice, the sound.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Have you got everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got the right people? Good. So please go ahead.
What are we supposed to do?
Practice. and
Practice.
yeah, you have a look at people and give people feedbacks.
Okay, got it. Okay, so it's gonna be TCA. Okay.
Well, we did, yeah, part 1 and 2.
So this is the practice session. So everybody will do from the beginning until the end of TCA 2, 1 and 2. So 우리 음악이 되나?
So each one will do separately. I mean, together or
Together, everybody do it together, and Rayon will watch.
right. Okay. Now I got it.
TCA.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Start.
어떠세요? 방금 뭐 처음에 폴이 얘기했던 몸통 바로 세우는 거하고 그 다음에 이제 이런 충분히 뻗치면서 이렇게 내미는 거하고 다 괜찮던가요?
네.
가장 수고하셨습니다.
특별히 뭐 어려운 점은 없었어요?
네.
진짜 어렵네. Hey Paul, what you see?
And it's nice, a good feeling,
Yeah.
good energy inside.
Yeah. So we just trained the focus on the trunk, the straight trunk, the upright posture during this and the stretch out with the at the leisurely time call. So if you don't have any others, so we will train the part only. I can see it. Let me see it.
One more thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Waving hands,
Mm.
that's too high.
Ah,
Should be,
okay.
yeah, you are okay. Sunrang, you're okay.
Uh-huh.
You're good.
Mm.
But some of you are a little too high.
Okay.
So it must be below your vision.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have better energy too.
Uh-huh.
So just be mindful of that.
하여튼 손을 너무 높이 들지 말아서 이게 손이 시야를 가리지 않게 하라는, 그러니까 이제 눈높이 아래보다 손끝이 눈높이 아래로 가는 그런 얘기인 것 같아요. 오케이. 예.
So go ahead.
예. 그래서 그러면 혹시 뭐 방금 전에 우선은 이제 운수
Oh. Hi, Dr. Lam. We just finish the whole set, and we're gonna do the whole set again. But at this time, we're gonna try to match the speed with that Sun style music that you have. So that's the plan. Everybody has a beautiful movement, but only the speed. We had the 4 sets of different speed. So that's what we're gonna do with the match the speed.
Fantastic. I'll watch.
So when you hear the music, it's gonna you need to start right away with the comments. Sorry. It's not it. Yes. That's beautiful.
That's beautiful and very synchronized. Everybody saying speed. I'm going to
Actually,
close the...
I am very slow, usually. I am very slow. I didn't know the music will control.
But actually, yeah, nice movements, good feelings, good internal feelings, Cody. I'm going to bring everybody back. Is that okay?
Yes.
I think you have 1 minute. 1 minute to come back. Okay, I think the other people should come in soon. That was very nice. The last practice, I really enjoy watching that. Beautiful feelings, movement. And
아니 우리 열심히 하고 있었는데 갑자기 그냥 끊겨버렸어.
They were in the middle of practicing, Dr. Lam.
sorry.
김혜동생님.
그만하고 오세요. 도대체 몇 번을 연습하신 거예요?
두 번밖에 안 했는데요.
우리도 2번 했는데.
How was it? I think the background looked very good. Ray, are we going to start? Can you start how we go?
Okay.
So,
we did the whole set of TCA, and as we can expect, everybody was moving beautifully. But I noticed that we had a 4 screen, and those screens we have 4 different sets of speed. So we decided to synchronize because we need to have a standardized speed for TCA a bit slower than we normally practice. So that's when we play the music, and according to the music, we try to synchronize and with the same speed. And that was the last set, the second set of TCA practicing. That's how we did that, and it went. I think it went well.
it was very good. It was very good. Do you need to speak it in Korean, or is it okay?
그 알아들으셨죠? 그 음악 가지고 속도 맞췄어요.
That's fun.
That's it.
Okay. Sang-myung, how's your group?
We also was good, and we just found that the music, and it is very helpful to help us to do the together. And we with the help of Paul, he just see that the two high hand in the waving hands. So we just focused in the hands height of the movement, the cloud hands, and the upright posture during the these things, and also the push out the hands. So it was nice.
Yes, of course, everybody has really good Tai Chi. And it's always nice practice together. We share that group energy and timing. And sometimes it's always good to be mindful of certain aspects of the principles, the body, the feelings. Were there any questions? Anybody like to bring any points more about technical things, or any other questions before we have our break?
Can I ask one question?
Of course, yeah.
When I was doing workshops, one question that often asked is, what is the difference between Brashni and Vipassana monkey?
That's a good question.
And it's always, because I know that from the martial art point of view, I can explain, but I would like to know from Tai Chi for health point of view, how would I explain?
Essentially, in Sung style, Brashni and repulse monkeys are the same, except the stepping. Because of the stepping, then the energy change back, forward, but otherwise it's the same.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Sure, and that's for Sung style. Since we're on Sung style, it's different from other styles.
Because in the other styles, there are different explanations that comes in for these two separately. Thanks, Dr.
Sure. So, Rayon, is anybody need some translation?
그 항상 커티가 받는 질문 중에 하나가 리펄스 멍키하고 브러쉬 누슬요보하고 그 리펄스 멍키가 뭐더라? 도건갱하고 그 두 개가 어떻게 다르냐고 묻는 사람들이 많대요. 근데 아시다시피 양 스타일로 가면 도건갱 뒤로 가잖아요. 근데 순 스타일에서는 도건갱이 브러쉬니 그 누슬류보하고 똑같은 상태로 가기 때문에 결국은 순 스타일에서 손식에서는 똑같대요. 그래서 그냥 손식에서는 두 개가 같은 동작으로 가는 거고 도건갱은 왜 오른쪽 왼쪽 이렇게 튀기 때문에 에너지 방향만 나중에 달라지는 거다 이렇게 설명해 주시면 된답니다.
Well, what I found is even though I practice Tai Chi a lot, because of when I travel, there are interruptions of the sleeping and the practice. And now for 1.5 years, I'm not traveling. I practice every morning, at least 1 hour every morning. I do feel my energy feels better, the movement I have. So I felt the internal energies improve, the understanding improve. And I'd like to encourage you to do the same. And if you do have more time, make the practice more regular, and then just being mindful, are you feeling stronger internally?
우리가 아까 인트로덕션 할 때 하도 2년 동안 아무것도 안 했다고 그래서 닥터님이 지금 얘기하시는 거예요. 그러니까 지난 1년 반 동안 아무데도 워크숍을 사실 1년에 반씩 가던 워크숍을 하나도 안 가면서 줌을 시작을 하고 아침마다 1시간씩 운동을 하는데 오히려 에너지가 더 좋아진 걸 느끼는데요. 그러니까 아마 이제 우리도 그 시간을 조금 빼갖고 규칙적으로 훈련을 하는 것이 그 에너지 흐름에 도움이 될 거라는 얘기입니다.
And yeah, feel free to ask me questions. This is a free session. I also found Zoom's fantastic. So you all do Zoom now, and you can do a personal Zoom. Just Zoom to yourself, and then stand back and practice, and then record it and look at yourself. It's easier than taping yourself with the mobile phone. And when you do your Zoom, if you step back and you can see yourself, you can see you're doing this, you can see you're feeling straight. It's very, very helpful.
I do that.
그 줌을 이번에 시작을 하신 것 같은데 그 왜 줌에 레코드 기록이라는 거 밑에 동그란 친 거 있잖아요. 그거 기록 누르면 지금도 이 세션 기록되고 있거든요. 녹화되고 있는데 그거 기록 눌러가지고 녹화해서 자기 하는 모습도 보고 자기 모습 다시 틀어보기도 하고 이러면 사실 상당히 그 좋은 기능이 있다는 얘기입니다. Sorry, Kati, do you want to say something?
I just even when I teach some people to Zoom, I ask them to send me a video, and then I ask them first before they send the video, they watch that video first and tell me what are the things that they see as they are doing, they can improve and all that. So it's quite interesting what Dr. Paul said. We can effectively use it, and I thought they actually make an improvement because they are also observing themselves more critically, and they can improve themselves also.
주로.
Yeah.
커티도 아마 비디오 우리 사실은 다 찍어가지고 보내게 돼 있었거든요. 제가 무시한 건데 그거 하면서 많이 배웠다는 얘기입니다.
So sometimes, it doesn't have to be very much. I remember one of my instructor who I know very well. He's very talented. He's very good at movements. And after a couple of years, one day he saw I did a video of all us doing Tai Chi. And he looked at himself and he said, "Hey, Paul, you were right. I was leaning back." So because he's so talented, when I told him, "You're leaning back a bit," he didn't quite get it until he looked at himself. And that makes a huge difference. When I look at myself too, every now and then, when I find, and that makes a difference when you also improve yourself.
저 가끔 우리도 느끼죠. 왜 거울 있는 방에서 운동하다 보면은 보이잖아요. 내가 뒤로 젖혔나. 그 강사 한 명이 되게 잘하는 사람이 있는데 얘기할 때마다 자기 이렇게 뒤로 젖히는 거 안 한다고 그랬었는데 비디오를 딱 자기 모습을 보자마자 아 진짜 내가 뒤로 젖히는 그런 습관이 있구나라고 보면서 조정이 된대요. 그래서 자기 모습 한번 찍어서 이거 줌 열어놓고 밑에 누르고 나서 한번 동작하면은 보이거든요. 그렇게 해갖고 한번 쳐다보는 것이 아마 자세 교정하거나 자기의 습관을 발견하는 데는 가장 좋은 방법일 거라고 봅니다.
So when you look at yourself, trying to look for your internal energy, where you're doing more than just moving.
이 동작 아까도 제가 우리 팀도 보니까 동작은 이제 다 아시잖아요. 다 아시고 다 잘하시니까 이제는 자기 녹화한 거, 자기 모습 녹화한 거를 한번 쳐다보면서는 그 인터널 에너지가 어떻게 흐르는지, 내가 이 에너지 흐름을 어떻게 하는지 이런 것들을 이제 쳐다보기 시작해야 될 시점이라고 그거를 한번 보시라는 얘기입니다.
Thank you.
질문 더 없으세요?
Well, if have any comments or questions, this is a good time. If you don't, then what I suggest is we do a 73 together before we break for lunch. So were there anybody have any more questions, comments you'd like to make before?
질문 없으시면 저기 점심 식사 시작하기 전에 손식 73퐁 같이 한번 하고 브레이크 주신다고 합니다. Okay, good.
Okay, so we do 73?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would turn my back towards you, so that's easier than we synchronize same movement. Singing style 73 remains. How was that?
That's good.
That's good.
Nice feeling.
Yep.
So, so we have lunch break.
My breakfast break.
Your breakfast break. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll see you in 1 hour's time.
Okay.
Enjoy your lunch.
Right.
Welcome back, everybody. Yeah. There is. I was talking about. It's the pandemic certainly changed the whole world life, and I did notice more about people in USA.
Sorry, Paul, can you hear me? I think I have some problem with the sound.
Yeah. So I was saying that there are, seems to me, more people doing virtual teaching, although USA has a big number of participants and instructors, and also they are hit worse with the pandemic. There's more people having it than any other country, more people die. So therefore, they are more incentive for them to do that. I think Korea has a really good record until last wave.
We are not anymore. We are in the fourth wave now.
Yeah, it's the new variant that. But you have done remarkably well, and I think you're still doing.
Yes, we've been doing well.
USA. Yeah. And you know, that's all sort of side effects that's long-term but not so obvious. For example, there are doctors who are talking about the kids and the adults for a period of time, they're not exposed to normal virus, normal germs. So their body's fighting ability against germs sort of lower, apart from the stress of lack of social interaction. Because we really are. Over here, there are people, practically the only place we're allowed to go to is supermarket because you need food. So in order to socialize, people, they ring up their friends and they say, I will see you in this supermarket, aisle number 3. And then they have a meeting there in supermarket. And that's the desperation of people who need, we do need other people. So Zoom is such a big help, but yeah, the world do change. Just bring me back to my childhood, you know, when a lot of childhood disease are rampant and people are really protective for their kids. They put them in the house, don't let them out. Somebody read my story will know that I nearly died from diphtheria. But I recently found out 2 of my cousins died from diphtheria. So that's very close. And at that time, so I'm one of the oldest here now in this group, but in my time, diphtheria was the #1 killers for infants. So in Asia, there was no vaccine, no triple antigen then. And, you know, every second household have somebody die from it. It's bad. So in some way, so kids are really overprotected and then they become weaker in other things. And also they lack the emotional support of community. So yeah, we were really influenced by each other. And I guess there's something to do with us, Tai Chi, but not so directly. So let me go back to what we're doing. And I hope that you guys will run more workshops as things gets better. It's if the vaccines is reaching more and more people, and hopefully that will make a huge difference in country like yours and ours. And then you want to be ready to run workshops. So let's do the next segment that is for presentation. So there are two groups, still the same groups. The facilitator will nominate which MT to present. And then you take turns to present. There will be one presentation, and everyone can be participants. And at the end, you can give the MT some feedbacks. But just be mindful that when you give feedback on presentation, trying to think of the good thing first, what they did well first, and then points of improvement, and limit to one point of improvement. We do the same as we do the participants. You know, you don't overwhelm participants with a whole list of points of improvement, but at least one positive. So, and then you take turns. So you go to the group, and the topics or presentation, is it in the lesson plan?
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to only have 10 minutes each presentation. So the facilitator will keep time, 8 minutes to do the presentation, 2 minutes to feedback, and then we move on. After 3 presentations, we'll come back. So in between, yeah, about 2:40, we'll come back and we'll share what we've done. Is that okay? Are you okay?
Yes.
Right? Are you
yes.
okay? Okay. So
just one question. It's gonna be like you want us to do the presentation for 40 minutes, 10 minutes each. But if it takes like longer than 10 minutes, then it looks like we end up only 3 presentation or 2 presentation. Would it be okay?
Well, I think you and Samuel should keep time, and at 8 minutes they got to stop.
Okay.
Whether they finish or not, stop, and use your mobile phone. Do your timer. 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So 1 minute prior, keep the presenter say, okay, you got 1 minute to finish, and then 1 minute you got to stop. That will be keeping time is good. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to open up the rooms and have fun. And Haidong is not assigned to room 1. Remains room 1. Soon he's room 1. I think you all have a room now. Is that right? Is everybody? Curti, you have to press join in. I'll move you to Haidong, you got to press join in. There is. You have to press join in.
해주실 거고 그
Sam
다음에
Young,
예,
Sam Young. Hey Dong doesn't know she has to press a button to join you. Can you go out to the? Can you tell her? Leave this room, and then you should be in the common room. And can you tell her to press a button to join?
해동? You mean 해동?
Yeah. Can you leave room and then go and tell? Then you should see. Once you leave the room, you should see Hai Dong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. 김혜동 선생님, 1번 소그룹으로 오셔야 돼요. 안 들려요. 1번 소그룹.
1번 소그룹 아직 다시 띄워주세요. 아까 들어갔다 다시 나왔더니 없어졌어요.
예. Paul, can you invite me? Can you invite us to the group 1?
그룹 1이에요.
예.
들어갔다가 또 아닌 줄 알고 다시 또.
밑에 소회의실 창이 있거든요, 김혜동 선생님.
네.
소회의실 창에서
아직 안 나와요.
말은 못 알아듣더라도
네.
이제 파워포인트를 보면 대충 어떤 얘기를 하는지 알 거기 때문에
네.
그럼 제가 띄울게요.
네.
We're gonna start with the cause. What is arthritis? How Tai Chi works for the condition. You have 8 minutes. Start with your overall introduction and then start presentation. Okay, Kati, you are on.
Okay, so I am actually going to share a whiteboard with you. Okay.
Very good.
Can you all see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So I'm basically going to write in the whiteboard the ideas I want to present. So I am going to look at how TCA works for arthritis. So basically, to look at what I will do is first I will look at what are the challenges the person with arthritis would have, then see how that those challenges are dealt with the TCA. Right? So challenges or related conditions. So I will look at these two. So for all type of arthritis, if you take, I think you are already familiar with what are the categories of arthritis. And then the basic conditions or the challenges they have, if I'm in the workshop, of course, I will ask people to tell what are the challenges that they have, but I would like to just put it down here. So basically, since these are stiffness, these are joint-based problems and also the related tissue problems, the stiffness is one problem, and also joint deformation, right? And then basically as a result also loss of function.
타이치 에너지 타이치와 선 스타일의 이걸 해야 되겠구나. 에너지 타이치는 선 스타일과 첸 스타일로 이루어져 있고, 당뇨 타이치는 양 스타일과 선 스타일로 조합이 되어 있고요. 메모리 타이치는 양 스타일과 선 스타일이 조합이 되어 있습니다. 특히 타이치 관절염 타이치는 선 스타일로만 이루어져 있고요. 1, 2로 나누어져 있습니다. 타이치는 CDC에서 공식 지시되고 인정된 프로그램입니다. 근력 강화와 유연성 증대, 또 운동 활동성을 유지하고요. 그 통증을 감소시키고 또 그 낙상을 예방하는 효과가 있습니다. 타이치 1은 파트 1은 베이직 폼 12동작으로 이루어져 있고요. 상급 동작은 41동작으로
So these are time up.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. So that's your 8 minutes. So from now on, we're gonna go like this. 8 minutes, each person has 8 minutes, and then the rest of 2 minutes, then you're gonna get the feedback. So I will start with the feedback for Koti, and the second presentation will be done on safely with Sung-Nyeon, and Jennifer, you will be the feedback person. And the third presentation, how to teach effectively, I'll do the presentation and Sung-Nyeon will do the feedback. The last one, Jennifer will do the how to teach TCA effectively, and Koti, you will be the feedback person. So that's how we're gonna go. Regarding the 8 minutes of Koti's first presentation on how TCA works for arthritis, the one thing I love about it is you use the whiteboard and you really give them the point, what to expect for the two part, what is the challenges and how TCA works. So in real lecture life, it's gonna be not 8 minutes, it's gonna be 1 hour lecture, but I think they will get the most essential portion about what is the challenges of arthritis and what is TCA, how TCA works for that. So that's the good things about your presentation. One point to improve, I would just go like, you know, at the beginning, you're gonna introduce how you're gonna work for this presentation. This part has a lot of information actually for the symptoms and for TCA, the Tai Chi principles, not principles, the benefits. So using the small group discussion, that strategy would be pretty much effective in real lecture life. So just to think about when you like keep asking people to give you answer instead of you giving them 10 challenges,
Yeah.
you can ask the things, feedbacks from the participants, and also how Tai Chi works. You can use the small group, so that's let them think about what could be the point, how Tai Chi benefit arthritis. So that part would be your the point to improve. So thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. Point taken.
Okay, so now we are back. Dr. Lim, do you want to comment something?
No, great. You did wonderful. And we can talk later when we have full group. But it's great. Thank you.
Good. So the second presenter is Sung-Myeon. She's going to present safely, how to teach safely. Do you want to use your slide? Or should I? Okay, Sung-Myeon, go on 8 minutes and then start with the overall introduction.
Okay. My subject is safe, teaching program safely. Safely, three golden rule. Rule 1, 2, 3. Rule 1 is resist temptation to play doctor. Doctor play resist work with health professionals. Resist temptation to play doctor. Rule 2 is listen carefully your participants. Rule 3 is encourage participants to listen to their body. Okay. Three golden rule. It's very important. Essential point include three golden rule. And essential. The other point is set the intention to teach safely. Create a safe physical environment that is easy accessible. Be certified in CPR and first aid. You know CPR?
Yes.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Certified in CPR. Have a written emergency plan. Three golden rule, 1, 2, 3. The other is create atmosphere where students find it easy to stay within their comfort zone. Teach and encourage the use of
이외에도 관절 외부에, 그러니까 그 인대나 근육의 염증으로 인해서 관절염이 생기기도 하지만, 이런 관절염을 통칭해서 100여 가지가 넘는 관절염이 실제로는 환자들한테 생기는, 그러니까 그 관절염을 가지고 있는 사람들한테 미치는 일상생활의 장애는 굉장히 광범위해서 아주 이런 증상을 가지고 실제 그 사람들의 일상생활에서 맞닥뜨리게 되는 어려움들은 굉장히 많을 거라고 생각을 해요. 그래서 그런 점들을 이제 그룹 디스커션을 통해서 끌어내는데, 이때 이제 생각해 봐야 될 것들은 사실은 이제 관절염에 대한 아주 세부적인 뭐 어떤 지식이나 의학적인 상식이 아니라, 이제 그 관절염을 통해서 이제 우리가 그 가지고 있는 그 환자, 그 사람들이 맞닥뜨리는 일상생활을 생각해 보자는 거지, 의학적인 지식이나 사실이냐 아니냐를 오랫동안 이야기할 필요가 전혀 없다는 거죠. 그래서 이제 가장 기본적인 이제 정보를 이제 알고 있는 것은 도움이 되겠지만, 꼭 그렇게 많은 지식이 필요한 것이 아니고, 그러니까 우리가 항상 관절염 이제 태국권을 하는 사람이지 관절염 전문가가 아니라는 사실. 그래서 아주 중요한 여러 가지 뭐 의학적인 정보들이 필요하다 그러면 좀 더 정확한 서적이나 특히 이제 폴의 뭐 오버커밍 아스트라이티스 같은 책자를 참고하도록 그렇게 안내를 해드리는 게 맞다는 거죠. 그리고 또 하나 중요한 것은 이제 메디컬 어드바이스를 주지 말라는 거죠. 그러니까 비록 뭐 우리가 있는 포지션이 혹시 이제 의학적인 백그라운드가 있는 사람들이 될 수 있다 손 치더라도 그 상황에서 그 이제 참여자들한테 어떤 특정한 컨디션이 내가 비록 전문적인 분야라 할지라도 우리 환자를 절대 모르기 때문에 메디컬 어드바이스를 주지 말고 그래서 말을 너무 많이 하지 말고 그러니까 정확하게 디스커션을 통해서 환자가 맞닥뜨릴 장애를 우리가 끄집어내고 그 다음에 어떻게 이게 작용할 것이냐를 이제 고민하는 장으로 이끌어내야 되는데 결국은 굉장히 다양한 연구 결과들이 존재를 한다는 거죠. 그래서 그 구체적인 결과 하나하나를 뭐 저는 개인적으로 굳이 언급할 필요는 없다고 생각을 하고 굉장히 다양한 연구 결과들이 있는 이제 리소스 북을 주시든지 아니면 소개를 해줄 수는 있을 거고요. 이제 또 하나 중요한 거는 폴 프리벤션으로 그러니까 CDC 뭐 어프로벌을 받았다는 얘기는 사실 이건 공식적으로 이제 인증을 받은 프로그램이라는 것은 조금 강조를 하셔도 될 것 같고 그래서 이제 태극권 건강 태극권 프로그램이 뭐 여러 가지 상황에서 특히 관절염에서 어떤 도움이 될 것이냐 피지컬하게나 그러니까 신체적으로 정신적으로 그 다음에 기공 관점에서 어떤 도움을 줄 수 있을 것인지를 끄집어내야 되는데 결국은 이제 이 끄집어내는 게 그러니까 이제 아까 얘기한 환자 그 사람들이 맞닥뜨리게 될 어떤 장애나 이런 부분이 뭐가 있느냐에서 어떤 도움을 줄 것이냐 신체적으로 정신적으로 기공적인 측면에서 그래서 꼭 한 가지 언급하실 수 있는 부분은 펄 프리벤션이죠. CDC에서도 이런 걸 가지고 얘기를 하기 때문에 그래서 이제 낙상
And also, like, because teaching effectively basically is a lot of practical where we actually form into groups to be a teacher, a student, and observant. So like in the Tai Chi for arthritis, so to teach Tai Chi for right single week using the stepwise method. So here I would refer that participant read through the chapter 6 of the stepwise progressive teaching method. So here in the real time, I have only 8 minutes, right? So I want you to run through the stepwise, the step by step. So everybody should have known by now all this. And then now is your time, 8 minutes. Ask the audience here, the participant, to give me 1 point at a time. Tai Chi, how to teach Tai Chi effectively. Okay, we'll start one. So from the audience, who is going to start? Give me a point how to teach Tai Chi for arthritis effectively. Xiongru, maybe you give me a point. I think she don't get me.
Oh, okay. So so you're gonna use the small group discussion, right?
Yeah, it's a discussion. So it's like everybody think about it, how to teach Tai Chi effectively instead of doing the practical part. So we use this group discussion. We think what is the good point to teach Tai Chi effectively. So it's sort of like a audience discussion, and then think about it and give me an answer, just one, because it's only 8 minutes. Yeah. How to improve, how to teach Tai Chi effectively. Pretty, are you with me?
Yes,
that's good.
Yeah, maybe you give me a point first.
You can use the
I can't hear you.
teach it effective. Stepwise progressive method to
I
teach
cannot
it
hear.
effective.
Okay, Kati, could you give us
We
the
can use
feedback
the
slowly a little bit? Okay, go ahead.
Just a point how to teach Tai Chi effectively. Tai Chi for arthritis effectively.
I think basically we should follow the stepwise progressive teaching method.
What's your point? Or anyone from the group?
8 minute discussion 지금 하고 있는 거예요.
For example, to teach the TCA effectively, I think basically you know to understand well the stepwise progressive teaching method, because you have to be very sure of the step-by-step teaching. So in order to teach it effectively. So that is my point. Okay, so I need a few points from the participant here. Anybody can give me another point?
Sorry, Jennifer. Yeah, my mistake. I stopped sharing your screen. Could you put up your screen again?
Oh. Okay. Okay, wait.
That's good. So could you go on? You have 2 more minutes.
Yeah, because I actually asked the audience participant. I think maybe, I don't know why. So I just share my screen because I only left 2 minutes. So basically, the point to teach TCA effectively, I think you see you understand the progressive teaching method well. And then you also need to understand the special need for older students, because when they do Tai Chi for arthritis for older adults, so a lot of precaution in terms of safety, in terms of they feel weak standing too long. So all this we need to understand to give them rest more. And also you need to practice regularly so that you get to improve, discover more depth yourself, so that in order to teach more Tai Chi safely to your participant, okay? And of course, as a Tai Chi instructor, your Tai Chi skill and knowledge of the subject well. So in my class, I think I give more teaching material. Like for a first lesson, I try to give them warm up, cool down with the name of the program, so that they get to learn the step-by-step. So in a way, every time we can have a discussion at the end of the lesson where I share with the student what they just learned and what they expect, and then
take a good talk about the convincing the effectiveness of Tai Chi for Health program.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was intending for each master trainer to have 10 minutes.
So we just only 2, but we also have it tomorrow.
Tomorrow's
so
for another program.
Eh?
Tomorrow's for diabetes.
Yeah.
But we can do, it's okay. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Presentation methods the same. Okay, so we are coming back together and share what you learned just now.
Yeah.
So 3 minutes. I'll bring everybody back in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Well, we are done. I'm just making a final some feedback on everybody. I want Jennifer to 2 minutes. Okay. I asked Jennifer to share her screen, the first slide of the screen, because I want to make some emphasis. Okay, that's good. Okay, the next one. No, go back to. Good. Okay. Stay there. Okay. It's the real time presentation to the theory class to the participants, instructors. It's 1 hour. So it's always very difficult to shorten it and to say things that we're gonna present in this way. That kind of outline, it's very difficult to do that. And so when you do that, when you wanna show, but it's always effective to the participants just to say what would be the outline of my presentation on this topic. Just to say it, to start with, it's very good. So to do that, for the visual learner or auditory learner, whatever it is, the second page, the next page, Jennifer. Yeah, that this kind of slide, it's like the one thing that I'm gonna give you some kind of outline, or will be this one, and then just to show it to the people that this topic will be my outline of a presentation. So just to start with, to give them some idea, that's a very effective one. That's why if you, when you start with like that, then in the middle, when they got lost and then come back, something like that, then they would know what to expect next, or how it connected each other. So that kind of the tips would be work for this kind of a shortened presentation. So thank you very much. Any comments from the participants? So how do you think to make 1 hour into 8 minutes talk? What do you think, Kati?
It's always a challenge.
Always challenge, I
It is
agree.
always a challenge. One never knows how it will go.
Okay. Jennifer, before we kicked out,
Yeah.
any comments?
Okay. For an hour type of topics, to break it into just less than 8 minutes, you have to sort of have to really precise down and then just run quickly. There's no time to actually explain. So you just have to put everything on the screen and let people digest. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you on our together
Okay.
room.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
왜냐면 그냥 선택에 좋을 수 없잖아요. 그러니까 많이 배운 다음에 많이 배운 다음에 좀 하는 건 몰라도
어느 정도가 필요하죠, 시간이.
네, 그래서 처음에 그 강요를 하면은 난 못하겠다고 이제 그냥 기밥 시켜버리니까
맞아요.
이제 의지가 있어도 강사들이 이렇게 너무 푸시를 하면은 자기가 이제 못 따라가니까 안 오는 경우들이 있어요. 그래서 절대 그냥 오라고 돼요. 그냥 와서 하다 보면은 된다고. 정말 막말로 말해서 꼬시는 작전을 우선 써야 돼요. 그리고 또 이제 자꾸만 모르는 부분은 자꾸 반복해주고 그러니까 처음에는 배울 때 시간이 걸리지만 그 뒤는 요령을 알면서 조금 더 쉽게 빨리 나갈 수 있다라는 걸 손수수 할 때마다 보여주고 자꾸만 그 말 했던 거를 확인을 시켜주고. 그러니까 오른쪽하고 왼쪽하고 좀 힘들지만서도 그래도 바로 되잖아요. 그러니까 오른손잡이가 많으니까 또 왼손 오른쪽 할 때 잘 되고 또 왼손잡이가 오른쪽 할 때 안 되거든요. 그럼 또 얘기를 해줘요. 당신은 왼손 할 때 잘 될 거라고. 그리고 또 사실 또 그렇게 얘기 듣고 의지가 좀
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you have a fun time. Let's have a summary from the facilitators. Sang-myung, you want to go first?
Yes. We just talk about we just talk two topics because there's a lot of comments and discussion about the how how can we convince the participants for the effectiveness of Tai Chi health programs. So we had a talk first was what is the Tai Chi was done by the Seung-hye. So she just summarized that the Tai Chi programs, the original programs, and each characteristics of each programs, and also she summarized that the Tai Chi for health programs consist of which type of Tai Chi. So it was very helpful. And the second talk was done by me. I just talk about the conditions and how does it work for the and when we talk about the effectiveness of Tai Chi for health program in each condition, we should convince them. So how does it, how can we? So there's a lot of resources about this, scientific studies, and that and also there's a big one is the approval of CDC, but we should know about each study program, study articles of details of programs, because that so as a Paul, Dr. Paul, you mentioned in the online program, online teaching program, the dosage or the details of each studies are very helpful to talk to the participants that when we study hard like here, we can get those things. So the dosage or the details of method of each study can convince them for the effectiveness of each program. So we need to put that most of the studies are described in English. So the Korean instructors are not quite easy to find details of the method. So we need to summary in Korean language for each study's characteristics and details of method and the results. So maybe I should talk with Layun, and because every instructor should share with the results of each studies. So that was our talk.
Layun, how's your group?
Okay, in our group, we managed to make 3 presentation. What is the condition, how Tai Chi works for the arthritis condition by Koti, and feedback by me, and teaching safely by Sungyeon, feedback by Jennifer, and how to teach TCA safely, effectively, presented by Jennifer and feedback by Koti. So those are 3 presentations. And we all agree that the real-time 1-hour presentation to make it shortened to 8 minutes, it's very challenging. So we need to make the participants actually get the point. To be able to do that, actually 60 minutes or 8 minutes has the same purpose, to give them the clear picture. And 2 things that come up out of our feedback. One thing that we're gonna use the outline, so that in the introduction, what we're gonna do the presentation, those short outline will be helpful to make them understand better. And then the second one, we were talking about small group discussion, because the information is too much and the list is too long. So small group discussion would help them to summarize what is the essential point, so that they can get it. So use the outline to start with, and utilize small group discussion, and at the end to make the real summary would be helpful for 8 minutes as well as 60 minutes real presentation. So that's it.
Okay, that's interesting. What I trying to do is with the master trainers to have an idea how they're going to present, and to share that idea rather than talk faster and do all the things he did in 1 hour in 8 minutes. And the idea first is that you cannot really teach people everything, and you don't really need to tell people every detail. What you need to do is help the instructors to think, stimulate their thinking. How are they going to teach people? What does it mean to the participants? So if you're teaching a group of medical students or doctors, you probably need to know the study in great detail. But most people on the street they probably don't really need to know. In fact, so what we really need to know is get an instructor to kind of able to show something in very simple ways and to get people to think how to share that message in a simple way for normal average people to understand. Who has done my stage 1 of Tai Chi for arthritis?
Everybody, I'm gonna send you the certificate for everybody. Everybody completed it. Okay, well, that's essentially what a master trainer should do, is to that stage 1 is how I will run a workshop. Well, I definitely didn't run it as well, very young, as you remember the earlier workshops 20 years ago. I certainly didn't know as much and not as simple either. I think I'd gone a little too complicated then. So this is my thinking by summarizing experience with all the other master trainers. And that's the approach that perhaps if you look at it that way, that would help you as a master trainer how to train people. Essentially, the question you have to ask is, what does the instructor need to know to teach this program effectively and safely? And so what do we do as a master trainer? What do we need to do to help them to understand what they have to do? And for senior trainer, that is to understand the same thing. How are you going to help your master trainer and also help your participants you are in between, help your instructors continue that path to improve that skill of teaching effectively? And I guess it works differently in different countries. That certainly there are people in Asian country probably happier to just sit there and go to sleep and listen, whereas the people in the Western country may be more willing to get involved and give opinion. I think it's good to get participants involved, but maybe in a different degree. In Asia, it would be less involvement. Push, people, Asian people tend to don't want to get up and talk. So maybe we was allow them to talk a little bit. Whereas American people staying up and talk too much, and you got to learn how to stop them. Hey, this is enough. Give somebody else a chance. At the end of the day, you want people to go away with a clear idea how to be a safe and effective teacher, which is what we do. So that is what the exercise for, and that's, I guess, with the limitation of time, that's the 8 minutes. It's just for us to think about. If it's something really important in your life, you think about how you're going to do it. Essentially, back down to a simple approach. And then when they execute it, it's your life experience, your knowledge that come out. So that's what I'm trying to do, is allow us time to think of the approach. How are you going to approach it? Anybody like to share any comments and questions before we have a rest? Please let me translate a little bit.
Please. Yeah.
지금 이제 우리가 원래 1시간짜리 렉처인데 프레젠테이션인데 워크숍 할 때는 이거를 8분, 2분은 피드백이었으니까 8분으로 줄여갖고 했잖아요. 요 연습을 하게 된 이유가 지금 닥터레미 얘기한 것처럼 그러니까 마스터 트레이너 하시고 지금 많이 워크숍도 하시고 지금까지 오셨을 때는 우리가 너무 많이 하는 거예요. 그리고 하다 보면은 다 알려주고 싶고 이러다 보면 이게 점점점 그 프레젠테이션 우리 이번에 만든 거 보시면 알겠지만 점점 길어지는 거예요. 근데 어차피 우리가 그거를 인스트럭터들한테 알려줘서 인스트럭터들을 통해서 일반 환자들한테 일반 클래스 파티스펀츠들한테 다 알려줘야 되는 거니까 이게 이렇게 건너서 가는 거를 그 많은 거를 안고 갈 수가 없는 거죠. 그래서 어떻게 하면 두 가지잖아요. 안전하고 효과적인 강사를 내가 마스터가 될 것이냐. 그래서 이 강사들을 어떻게 하면 안전하고 효과적인 강사로 만들어서 이 사람들한테 쉽게 가르쳐 줄 수 있게 만들 것이냐. 사실은 그게 포인트라서 이 8분 연습을 이제 하게 되는 거죠. 물론 우리는 지금 천상명 선생님 아까 말씀하신 것처럼 이제 매트리얼들 물론 이제 한글로 번역하는 거를 원하신다면 이제 그거야 우리가 할 수가 있겠지만 그런 것들을 우리는 자꾸 읽고 알고 그래야 되기는 하는데 지금 그 워크샵, MT 워크샵 여기서는 생각해야 되는 게 얼마나 많은 정보를 내가 알고 있느냐 이거는 이제 우리의 백그라운드가 되는 거고 이 MT 워크샵에서는 어떻게 인스트럭터 워크샵을 할 때 이 사람들을 쉽게 안전하고 효과적인 포인트만 머릿속에 딱 넣어줘가지고 그거를 직접 자기네들이 가서 전달할 수 있게 만드느냐 이제 그거라서 그런 고민들을 계속 그러니까 왜 시간 몇 분 없는데 너 인생에서 뭐가 중요하냐 하면은 탁 나오는 그 포인트들 있잖아요. 그런 거하고 비슷하다는 그런 얘기입니다. 오케이, thanks.
Thank you. So, any comments? Anybody questions?
Can I make a comment?
Yes, please.
Actually, when we have to condense this to 8 minutes, I think it's a challenge actually for us. I will tell, when I was doing my PhD, my professor will ask us to say 5 minutes about your thesis, and then we will complain, I worked for 4 years, and how can I put that in 5 minutes? Then he told me, if you cannot put in 5 minutes, that means you have worked for 4 years, but still you don't understand, right? What you did. And this gave me a big challenge, actually, that, so later we even can present it in 2 minutes, okay? So that is, you basically have to condense the all set of thoughts you have into few sentences. And it's very easy, right? This is my third MT training program. Even today, I find it challenging to condense myself certain topic into 8 minutes. Right? But I think it's an interesting challenge. We become more and more clear of all the details we know about that topic. We have to condense it. So it's an interesting exercise, I think.
Thank you. That's nice. That's interesting and that's really well said. Thank you. Yeah. How do you condense your 4 years work in 5 minutes? I like that. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's have 10 minutes off and then we come back and do practice 73 again. Yeah.
Okay.
So you are welcome to stay if you want to talk to me or anybody else. I'll leave this open and I'll be here. So.
Okay. 10분 쉬시고 그리고 돌아와서 순 스타일 다시 73식 연습하겠습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
Curti, are you still working or you are retired?
Yeah, end of this year, I was I'm already past 65, but the university allowed me to go until end of October. But 2 days ago, they said I can go up to end of December. Because of the pandemic, the whole program got delayed. So I think I will just stay up until the end of December and then retire myself. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's really good considering you're still working and you run quite a few workshops. I'm really happy you went to India. That's nice.
2 weeks ago, I conducted again Tai Chi for diabetics for them workshop, Zoom workshop, and then 1 month ago, I also updated them for TCA and TCA1, TCA2. I think it's interesting that group is because I trained first time 15 people, 10 of them came back.
Good,
and,
nice.
Actually, it was very nice to see a very consistent group. And before they came, everyone sent me their videos, how they are doing TCA1, and also even Tai Chi for diabetics. They send me the videos. And after the workshop, also they send the videos. So it was very interesting.
Great. And is your language similar, or did you use English?
No, actually, the group was able to follow the English.
Okay. Is English a very common thing for people in India?
But at least the middle class and the above, they are conversant. Only maybe the poorer groups might not understand. It's same in Sri Lanka also. Actually.
Okay.
We also have Dr. Paul, about the stage 1, I just have to do last night I finished up to the last one. I just have to do one knowledge-based test and then finish it. I will send you maybe tomorrow or Monday the certificate. Okay.
Sure. I hope you enjoy that.
Yes, it is very good. I can see even how you were condensing the material. You know.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, the diabetes will be ready soon, in a week's time. And send me a reminder. I'll give you a free code. Whenever you're ready, you can go through that. I'll talk about that tomorrow too. That all this self-help PACE program, the stage 1, I'm going to do as many as I can, and it's going to be free for all MTs to access and to get involved. Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good idea also, so that people who come for the certification has a nice pre-preparation, with all the theoretical and the practical, the training on the parts. That's very good.
Yeah, when I was like you talking about your PhD, when I gone through medicine, and I thought, gee, a lot of my time was wasted learning all this stuff is useless. I don't even remember. And you really need probably half the time to really be a good doctor. So I keep having that in mind. Yes, there's a lot of things that's useless, but there's also a lot of times that teaching me how to think and how to analyze things. How to think is more important, really. How to get information, how to make sense of it, and how to apply it to people. And so what we do in Tai Chi, I think is more practical. And I try to sort of work it in that way. So it is practical, it's practically safely, effectively, but not too detailed. People can always go to the internet now and find out anything really.
Yeah.
but to be able to use it and integrate it, understand it, execute it, I think that's more important. So I'm trying to work on that line.
It's a challenging thing actually, but although we can prepare the whole thing as a nice, I have all my presentations, but when I want to put it and make it, they take home something in their mind and they think that's I think is a challenge. It is. I also know when I supervise students, I can talk a lot, but I must make sure they take something into their head. You know. Because
nice.
I think, Dr. Lam, because things don't go into the head in the first time. In the first moment they hear, it doesn't go in. But as you practice, as you teach, you tend to go back and see, then you understand things better. Right? I mean, it's the same. Even with my supervisor, things he told me when I started the project, I never understood. But I wrote them down in my notebook. Then many months later, when I was discovering things, I realized, oh, this is what this guy was telling me. So I think the learning processes are, I think, very tricky.
Yeah. Well, it's like Tai Chi, I guess. And there's different levels of understanding. And I think, oh, I really know this. Oh, there's more. And that's fun.
Like I have two guys practicing with me Tai Chi for the last 20 years. Every Friday, except for this COVID period, we practice together. So many people who see we do this in the temple, that can you remember you came to a temple to teach? We were having a workshop there in that place. So the monk asked us one day, is there material for you to teach for 15 years? And material to learn for 15 years. So my two friends told, yes, it never finishes. So I think that is Tai Chi about, right?
Yeah, and that's why it's so fun to me. And I think a lot of it too, the thing about Tai Chi is how your body felt and appreciate. Yeah.
It's interesting. Last time when we had the MT update in Korea, you were not able to come. But we were thinking next one we will have it in Sri Lanka. The Asian update.
Well, 2 years very quick. Yeah, last time was because my partner had a brain operation.
Yeah, I know.
And I really have to stay with her.
Yeah,
she wasn't ready to fly. Yeah, Sri Lanka would be great. I would love to do that. That would be fun. Is other people happy to do it? What's the...
Actually, Rani and Rayun was telling that we should try to have it in Sri Lanka. But then after a few months, the pandemic took over.
Well, why don't you mention it tomorrow before we finish tomorrow to see if people would like to do that. 2 years time.
2 years time.
2 years to come just like. Yeah,
Yeah, but we don't know. The situation here is also still very vulnerable. We lock down, we open. When we open, the people become very free. Then again, the next wave comes. So
I know. Yeah, I'm certainly hopeful that in 2 years' time the world will be back to normal. Yeah, I'm trying to visualize what the world will become next 2, 5 years. Yeah, and how fragile it is because, you know, we're so close to each other. Who is know what else can happen, then how it can affect everybody. So it is it's a challenge. It's wonderful that the world was so small and I was so lucky. I had 20 years of going around the world for 20 years. I just can't stop counting my blessing, meeting so many people, and you know, it was wonderful. And I hope that the world will go back to that time where we can still share and move around different countries, enjoy different life.
Hopefully.
Maybe, hopefully by next year, things will go back at least to partly normal. We got 2 more person coming back, then we can start.
Okay. How is Sydney, Australia? Do you think you can have offline Wollongong Tai Chi Weekly conference next year, January?
I hope so, but I was very positive. I went to Cairns, I went to Tasmania in March and April, and everything was good. We live practically normal. Then the new variants hit us, and we're in a lockdown now. So I have a weekend workshop in Wollongong that has been postponed. So yeah, if that work out, then next year we'll have a good chance. But now I don't feel as optimistic. I don't know. Well, I think I really believe that for most countries, we should start a vaccine visa, and anybody who's fully vaccinated should have the right to move, and otherwise the world will never come back to normal, and a lot of things would die before everybody is immunized. And there's a lot of people who didn't want to immunize. So yes, I'm hopeful next year will happen. But and I'm still very hopeful that June next year in USA will work if January don't work.
Okay.
Yeah. So we start?
Yes.
I think Sung style is, of course, Tai Chi have the same principle, but they also have this great feature, and I think it's very healing. And so if we practice Sungs and keep in mind of the character, especially the Qi character, the Qi Gong, have your Qi move through your Qi, using your Dangtian to drive all your movements, then the 73 is more powerful, it's more interesting, and it's yeah, it gives us that room to develop. So try not to worry too much about the true accept, but more the internal. And then you'll find that by being more accurate, it actually enhances the internal. When your hands are here, the chi flows better. When your hands are just here, it didn't quite enough. So it does help. But remember the key thing, the core thing is the chi and the way it moves like water flows. Okay, so we're going to start with warm-up exercise first and walk around. And if you have a chance when you teach, try to bring up some of the principles in the warm-up exercises, because the warm-up exercise is designed with the principle in mind. And after all, Tai Chi is life. You can apply lots of Tai Chi principle in our life. The second neck exercise, I'll do mirror image to you. And use your dantian to control your hands. Then roll back. Breathing out, contract your pelvic floor muscle and gather the chi. Allow that time to feel the gentle stretch of the spine. And the last stretch this way. Use the dantian to control not only as you turn, as you change, dantian goes a little turn. And the last. One last. Keeping your body upright and stretch. Both fingers pointing forward. And the last. Make sure your other hand is below your hip that allow your joints to song. And the last one coming up. Okay. Cleanse your mind. Check your posture. The 73 forms commence. How was it?
Good.
I think even given that there's a group of us, and given that it's internet, I still think there's a sharing of the energy. That's a nice feel of us doing together, even though in different place. I feel the difference of practicing myself and practicing with you. So, okay, now would you like to do the 73 again? And I'll keep an eye on you. So, can you show me? Sanghi? The 73 phones, everybody, let's start together. Not yet, not yet, just
Okay, sorry.
that's okay. Center, clench your mind, check your posture, and commence. Thank you. It's very nice to watch you. And one thing I noticed is there are different speed or different tempo. Some of you are faster than the others. And I remember one of the groups, Ray Young's group, when you start using the music, then I can see all the 4 tempos fall into one. So that the music is designed with the Tai Chi tempo in mind. If you look at the Zoom 73's music on the music CD, it actually is shorter than the real speed of the 73 form. So we have re-edited the music so that it is the same time. Okay, so if you want that piece of music that is the same time as how I do the Zoom 73, email me. I will email you the piece of music. And you're welcome to use it in your class to share it. It's just the same music, but re-edited so it's the right length of time, the tempo and the same. So send me an email if you want the revised 73 form music, and I will send it to you. And you can use it.
Dr. Lam, if you are saying the right length of music for Sun Style 73, is it
Right.
7 minutes and 30 seconds, 7.5?
That sounds right. I have to check.
Because the Sun Style that you are talking about, it's 6 minutes something. So it's a bit shorter, but if you edit it and then it's more than 7.5, I think it will work.
You're right. I think you're right. Yeah. The official, what happened with all the official national phones are they supposed to finish in the competition in 6 minutes. So if you're in the Chinese national competition, what they do is you have to speed up certain part of it so that you fall into 6 minutes. If you're more than 6 minutes, you get points taken out. And then in competition, you have to look like you're not in any hurry. But you kind of have to do it. So that's just for competition. And I wipe all that away. And I do it the speed I think is the best to express your energy and your feel. And that's, I think 7.5 is about right. Yeah. But
that will be great. Thank you.
Yeah. So please send me an email, or if you all like, I'll send it to you. I got everybody's email, but with my Korean friends, I'll just send it to Rayong, and Rayong can share with you all. I will just say one step, saying 73 music to all. Okay, I'll do that. Wrote myself a note.
Sometimes I might take even 9 minutes. Is that okay?
Absolutely. I was going to say that.
Because I feel it in a different way, actually. So.
Yeah, and I can see from the way you do it, I can feel that very nice affinity you have for the form. And then I can feel that you've done lots of practice. It's very nice to watch. And yes, definitely.
So my question is, there is no harm in doing for a longer period of time.
So if you're in doubt, as long as you can make the energy flow without stopping, then going longer is fine.
Yeah, okay.
And it's interesting to do it different times sometimes. Sometimes you do it faster just to feel the difference. And then the key is to be able to feel the chi and it's flowing nicely. And that is my next point. I was going to say that with the expression of chi, that come very closely with where you deliver force. So, you know, when we do the dantian breathing, and if you haven't done it regularly, go back and practice the dantian breathing. In breath is open up. Breathing out is delivering force, contract your pelvic floor muscle. And when you do open and close, this opening up is an out breath. It's a contracting pelvic floor muscle. It's a force delivering move. So the open and close, the breathing in and out, in is open, close is out, is correlated to where you deliver energy. It's not correlated. Usually it's to do with your head, with expand or contraction, but the absolute base is how you deliver force. So open and close, close is delivering energy. That's a opening up is delivery, and that's the out breath. So open is breathing in, close is breathing out, and then it's an in breath, and that's the out breath. And you don't have to be always mindful of your breathing, but when you do that now and then, and you feel the energy, the chi contracting, delivering, sinking your chi as you breathe out, sinking your chi as you breathe out. And that really helps to like a push to make your energy flow better. But you don't have to be mindful of it all the time. That's not possible. Just every now and then, especially open and close. Open breathing in, close breathing out, delivering force, out breath, breathing in, delivering out. And then if you forget it, that's fine, keep going. Wanna pick it up, open and close again. So being mindful of the energy now and then, it's create that power and make your chi flow better, regulate your movements. Especially open and close, there's so many. It's so easy to go open and close and just another open and close. And then we wasted all this time. If you think like that, if your participant think like that, of course you won't. And you feel the chi and the energy. And each open and close become so fascinating. It regulates and it flows. It catch the first flow and then move on to the next flow. It's joy is itself, is the exercise of chi. It's just a wonderful joint to everything. It makes Zoom so powerful. Just, and of course, single whip too. And when you regulate that breathing and being mindful of that energy, that makes the Tai Chi life and give you more meaning. Yeah. Keep it.
Just a minute to translate, please.
Sure.
Okay. 그 두 가지 말씀하셨는데요. 하나는 아까 그 손식 70, 30 그 음악을 그게 6분이라서 너무 짧아서 7분 30초 이상으로 그 에디팅 한 게 있대요. 그래서 그거 보내주신다는 거고, 그거 받으셔서 제가 전달해 드릴 테니까 받으셔서 손식 70, 30은 그걸로 연습하시면 될 것 같고요. 그렇게 해야 하는 이유 중에 하나가 그 에너지 흐름을 좀 느껴가면서 연습을 하라는 거였는데, 지금 마지막에 설명을 하실 때 왜 우리 개합수가 숨 들여 마시고 내쉬고 하는 건 아시죠? 그래서 이제 그거는 됐는데, 그 운수하고 단편하고 운수했을 때 기억나세요? 단편하고 나서 운수할 때 이렇게 오므리잖아요. 오므리는 게 숨을 들이마시는 거고, 그 운수할 때 펼치는 거 있죠? 그게 아웃브레스예요. 그저 숨 내쉬는 거야. 그래가지고 그렇게 몇 개만 할 수 있는 것들을 좀 해보시면 그 아마 에너지의 흐름을 조금 더 그 기공 호흡하고 같이 묶어가지고 느끼실 수 있다는 그런 얘기입니다. 그래서 이 73식 연습할 때나 이럴 때는 우리가 중간중간에 이거 기공 호흡하고 맞추기가 쉬우니까 집어넣고 내밀고 숨을 들여마시고 내쉬고 하는 거를 이 동작하고 좀 매칭을 할 수 있는 만큼만 해갖고 해보시면 에너지의 흐름을 더 잘 느끼실 수 있답니다. 오케이, thanks.
잠깐만요. 제가 질문 좀 하나 할게요. 저는 하다 보면은 들여 마시고 다시 온수 오른쪽으로 3번
맞아요.
가는데
네.
숨을
네.
내쉬고 이쪽으로 다시 올 때는 들이쉬고 이렇게 되더라고요. 저는.
맞아. 그거요. 그거 맞아요. 지금 그거 그렇게 설명하셨어요. 예. 오케이, thanks.
And still, I also like you to be mindful of waving hands, not about your eyes, around your nose level. And if you can, if you bend this wrist, in Chinese, it's called sitting your wrist. That, if you think about it, it's almost as though it's a bit stiff. But when you get used to bending your wrist, it just creates, first of all, exercise for the wrist, but also like a yang, sort of more harsh, little bit of like a pushing kind of energy. And at the bottom, you're parallel to the ground, like stroking a piece of silk. And that is a soft. So here is a yang, and that's a yin movement. And when it comes together, you form an energy field in front of you. But if you block your vision, then you block your chi. Your vision is, yeah. And then here is where you breathe out and deliver chi as you change. And then you can forget your breathing. Usually, if you think too much, it's hard to be mindful. Sometimes it's good to keep you just be simple. Here, breathing out, and then forget the rest. Breathing out as you turn. Then you can regulate your chi. And always remember, if you forget, that's fine. It's totally good to let go and just be there. Just move, being mindful. But now and then, your mind will come into thinking. And when you do, try to just remember to breathe out where you deliver energy. Please translate.
지금 운수 설명하신 건데요. 아까 운수 왜 이렇게 모으고 펼치고 하는 거, 그거는 김혜동 선생님 설명한 거랑 맞아요. 그렇게 숨을 들여 마시고 내쉬고 하면 되는데, 주의할 게 이 손끝이 코보다 높이 올라가지 않게, 그러면 이제 에너지를 블락을 시킨대요. 그래서 가능한 손을 조금 내려서 코랑 비슷한 거기서 왔다 갔다 하게 그거 하는 거 하나 얘기를 하셨고요. 두 번째는 왜 이 밀 때 보면 이거를 힘을 빼면 완전히 이게 이렇게 안 되고 이렇게 되잖아요. 그렇게 되는 것보다는 약간은 음양의 양처럼 약간 강한 거야. 그래갖고 손이 앞으로 나가는 거는 양이에요. 그러니까 약간 앞으로 저항을 내가 민다고 생각을 하고 밀으시면 되고, 대신에 왜 그 밑에 있는 손 있잖아요. 얘는 음이에요. 그래서 얘는 힘 빼고 그냥 따라오시면 돼요. 그래서 그거 하나 생각을 하시면 될 것 같고, 근데 이제 마지막 얘기한 건 뭐냐면 mindful이라는 거 있잖아요. being mindful. 그게 이제 마음 챙김 같은 건데, 그 순간에 이 지금 설명한 거 몽땅 다 집중해서 생각하면은 마인드풀이 안 된대요. 그래서 차라리 그냥 안 되면 그냥 하나만 생각을 하면서 간단하게, 단순하게 가자. 그러면 오히려 더 마인드풀이 잘 된다. 이제 그런 얘기입니다.
Thank you. Yes, I think we did really well. We did, everyone have a chance to present, most anyway. And the practice was great, it was fun. And we have good discussion about Tai Chi techniques. Were there any comments, anything that before we conclude today's program?
No, I think it went well. I worried a bit you know, it's like a two-part dividing group, but it's really, it was good.
Fantastic. And I was thinking for tomorrow, we would sort of similar schedule, but do you think we can swap you and you in same meal, like to the group?
Oh,
So
I'm
you
fine.
facet-
Where is 상명? 천상명 교수님, 들리시나요? He just disappeared. Oh, okay. He's coming. 내일 원래 닥터램이 이거 할 때마다 퍼실리테이터를 바꾸거든요. 그래서 내일 바꾸실래요? 모르시죠?
why not?
Why not?
Okay. Well, that's the answer. We'll do the same tomorrow.
천상명 교수님, 예스야 노야 응응거리고 가시면 어떡해요?
그대로 가요. 뭘 또 바꿔?
그대로.
What did he say?
Okay, Dr. Lam, I think he likes his group.
That's discrimination, Samuel.
It's a discrimination, yes. I think he likes his group. Or he likes Korean better. Anyway, yeah.
Well, if you change your mind, let me know. Okay. So I will see you tomorrow, and
Yes.
look after yourself. Spend a bit of time, go through what we did today, and bring any questions tomorrow about what we did today and about what we're going to do tomorrow. That's always the beginning time we can chat about anything. Is that okay? Yeah.
내일 양 24씩 하나요?
네, 써 있었어요, 레슨 플랜에. So
You mean you want to say something?
Oh, she's asking if we are practicing Yang 24 tomorrow.
Yes. Yes. By the way, you mean can you give my compliment to Jungkook? Jungkook.
예, 저기 그 사범님, 박사범, 박정구 사범님.
네, 네. 네. 종구 사범님, 저희 원장님.
원장님.
네.
죄송합니다. 제가 그랬다고 얘기하지 말아요.
You can tell him that the tea he gave me is wonderful. I drink it almost every day. The poor tea. Yes.
뇌물을 주셨구나.
차 맞아요. 지난번에 보이찬님 선물 드려가지고.
좋은 거 주셨나 봐. 저렇게 좋아하는 거 보니까. 네.
Okay, well, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.